TV's most provocative entertainment news show starts right now.
We all feel that way. Welcome back to Showbiz Tonight. I'm AJ Hammer in New York with Brooke Anderson in Hollywood.
AJ, get this. In Machete, Lindsay plays a drug addict who becomes a homicidal nun. I gotta say, a pretty interesting film choice considering all that Lindsay's been through. So why would Lindsay take such a controversial role? And could this movie help turn Lindsay's life around? A Showbiz special report today, Lindsay's Machete.
I've never even been to Hollywood.
It was movies like Parent Trap that made Lindsay Lohan so big in Hollywood, as well as films like Freaky Friday and Mean Girls.
You're like really pretty. Thank you.
Once upon a time, Lindsay Lohan's movie roles seemed to reflect her real life. America's favorite freckled star turned teenage beauty. But these days, Showbiz Tonight can tell you this is a very different Lindsay. Mugshots, jail time, 4 stints in rehab. And once again, art appears to be imitating life in her next movie, Machete.
I sold her on the whole concept, and she fell in love with it, thought it was really hilarious. Perfect timing.
Lohan will next be seen in director Robert Rodriguez's ultra-violent, ultra-provocative thriller Machete, playing a drugged-out nymphomaniac who becomes a homicidal nun. Rodriguez tells Showbiz Tonight why Lindsay did it.
We shot this, a year ago, but even back then, because people are always hounding her, she just thought it would be a really fun way to deal with things.
Leslie Bruce covers Lindsay for The Hollywood Reporter.
I think what Robert Rodriguez meant when he said that this was a fun way to deal with things is I think that Lindsay at the time, whether she was right or wrong, felt that she needed to react to the media storm out there about her life, about her partying, about her career, and that this way she could poke fun at herself, like, look, I can have a joke. But ultimately, what became sad about that is the fact that it was true.
The nun, to me, is symbolic of spirituality. In some sense, she was finding peace. The machine gun can look as though she's firing back. It also can represent the fact that she's saying, this is where I was and look at where I'm going. I was actually killing myself through this addiction. And look at me now, standing upright in a very spiritual and peaceful way.
Dr. ELISA English, who treats young women dealing with various psychological and social problems, including addiction, tells Showbiz Tonight Lindsay choosing to play a drug addict who becomes a nun could actually have a positive impact on her recovery and help others.
Young people who are her fans would say, if she can't do it, why should I? But I think actually playing the role in the movie says, you can. Even when I'm struggling, you can.
Lindsay may have been struggling, but her Machete co-star Michelle Rodriguez
don't start what you can't finish.
Tells Showbiz Tonight, give Lindsay a break. She's on the way to recovery.
Seriously, there's this massive evolutionary, movement that occurs from the birth to death. And I think that people should be a little bit more respectful about that process and the learning process and the learning curve of it. Never to be quick to judge, how a person grows or what they choose to do in their lives. And I'm very adamant about keeping my nose out of her business because of that.
So what would be the best Lindsay Lohan sequel ever?
We don't need any more tragic stories in Hollywood, and I think that Lindsay, her recovery would be her best story yet.
A story everyone would like to see. And Machete hits theater September 3rd, the big Labor Day weekend. Some other big names in the film, Jessica Alba, Robert De Niro, even Don Johnson. And another big Lindsay Lohan development today, the very tight conditions of her new probation, random drug tests, psychotherapy, 12-step programs. It's a rock'em sock'em Showbiz Flashpoint today. Is Lindsay being set up for failure?
Brooke, another raging debate today. Should Tiger Woods' ex-wife